Hey guys, it's Tina D, and I just want to make a real quick video. Looks like we got some Instagram action. It's been a minute. Of course, I haven't been keeping up with it because I've been keeping up with somebody else. Slash, lead guitarist and friend of Michael's, right? You know who Slash is, the guy that wears a big hat. He's got something interesting on his Instagram. Look at this. Now this looks like a robot, doesn't it? Or a skeleton. Could be representational of the living dead, but that's not the interesting part. Seems like this skeleton is adorned in mirrors, broken glass. Could this be the man in the mirror, literally? And let's play it. I don't know if it has any sound, but boy, this is freaky looking, ain't it? Check it out. Whoa. Highly reflective. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, man in mirror. I'm like, man in the mirror. He's giving an MJ heads up. And I'll tell you right now, we're about to get slammed with them. And I'll tell you something else. I know. What do I know? I know when the big day's gonna be. Now don't ask me how. Don't ask me the exact time. And don't ask me where, because that is yet to come. But I know when. And I'm not gonna tell you right now. I've been working on a video. I put a halt on the other one. Working on a new one. And it'll be my new Bamsday video. And this time, believe me, it's gonna happen. And I'll tell you why. You'll see that too. I might drop something in between along the way of my making my big premiere, but just wanted to let you guys see what's happening here. And yeah, we've got some other action too. I was talking about a boat, a cruise, right? And just a possibility, you know, because of the Star Wars theme and everything like that, as I told you, right? Well, interesting thing, some stalkers of not me, but Pearl Jr. had put some pictures up trying to prove that this Bobby Anderson in the Carolinas was not Michael Jackson. But the funny thing happened in the midst of all of that. We got Michael Jackson on a yacht, Joe Jackson on a yacht, and the Sanderson family on the yacht all at the same time. So, if he's a separate person and they're separate people, and Joe, well, that was when he was alive. This is in February, I guess, of last year. Well, you can't be two people at the same time in two different places. So, what does that tell you? All right? One of them has got to be the real MJ, and the other one's either friend, relative, hired person, or whatever. Right? Okay. That's interesting. And I don't know. I'm like, I know Pearl went to the funeral for Joe Jackson, but I never really got any particulars or details about it. Was it an open coffin or a closed coffin? I want to know if she actually saw him in there, because I thought it was awfully strange when Michael's daughter, Paris, had a picture on her Instagram of her holding her grandfather's hand. And this was supposed to be when he was spending his last hours, right? But we never got a face on that, and I'm not sure why. You know, hand-holding is a powerful thing. Okay, I get that, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, wondering if these pictures really are from a year ago, or could they be more recent, right? Okay, now here's the other connection. I told you about B. Howard, and he had Noah's Ark on his page on this meme about the rain is coming. You know, rain, R-E-I-G-N. That was what he had typed above the picture, but the rain, and they were referring to a Noah's Ark, like, you know, of course, this big rainstorm is coming. If you know the story of Noah's Ark, to the animals in twos were taken onto the boat so they could, you know, replenish the earth later. And of course, that rain was physical rain, like, you know, the weather. So we had a double entendre there. The same word sounding like one thing, but having two different meanings and two different spellings. Okay, fine. And all of a sudden, now we've got these pictures surface about boat, and I'm like, And then, of course, I had my element of the Disney cruise, again, a boat theme. So I'm like, is he coming in on a boat later? But anyway, I don't know. And then, of course, the cruise dates, I'm looking into that. And then we have March and April. Cruises are down south. Those are in Florida, either from Miami or from Orlando. That's the port of Miami and stuff. That's where the cruise ships depart from, right? So the weather down there is going to be nice. So, it could be any time of the year. Don't know that. So that's something to think about. But anyway, I just got a feeling about a lot of stuff right now. And a certain somebody known to be Michael Jackson was doing his little singing. Like, I've posted some of the songs he's been singing recently. Well, the most recent one was Get Lucky. Get Lucky is by Daft Punk, right? And if you look at the lyrics and the intro of the song, it has some very interesting things. Particularly mention of a bird, a phoenix. Now, we know what a phoenix does, known to be doing rising out of the ashes, right? Now, here's a connection with this. Janet Jackson, when she was doing her State of the World tour, before that, it was called something else. And with her intro, in that, the way she came out, she was behind a curtain, but before that, they showed this gigantic bird, okay? And then when she finally comes out, it dispersed. It turned into like a million little birds, but giant bird. And then, of course, she also had on her album cover this giant bird ring on her finger. So, again, a phoenix rising out of the ashes, right? All right, so we got a bird theme going on. We got some boats in the water going on. Now, further back, we had the London. That's where it began, with the O2 Arena announcement in London. And then shortly after that, later on, Paris Jackson had her debut acting, right? London's Bridge and the Three Keys, right? And of course, London was spelled with a U. And I'm thinking, okay, I figured out that the U meant more or less you trying to figure out what was going on. Of course, you know how London is spelled, right? London. And she had Lundun. That's like, or however it was spelled. And I'm thinking, what is that about? Again, a double entendre. I mean, well, I don't know if London spelled the other way means anything in particular, but it was definitely done in that case to draw the attention to the U, because you don't spell London with a U, right? So, I don't know. Things like that you really have to look for. And as I told you before, keep your eyes on the prize. And also keep your eyes on all the participants in this thing. A lot of people are getting into the game right now. So, anybody and everybody who was associated, not only are they going to be doing their part, but you have to realize, being the biggest entertainer in the world, he has met so many people who wanted to meet him, or people he wanted to meet and had, the opportunity to do so simply because of the fact that he was Michael Jackson, right? Okay, so you got that, and you have to realize if he set up every single solitary thing in this hoax, then there's a lot of people he could have said, okay, you know what, such and such, I want you to do or say this particular thing on this particular date. Now, bringing it up to speed, most recently, we have the new Bad Boys for Life. Bad Boys. Will Smith hasn't done a Bad Boys movie since, I believe the last one was released in 2003, was it? So here we are in 2020. So all of a sudden this week, Bad Boys is premiering again, and it's like Martin Lawrence and Will Smith are back. Okay, but the interesting thing is here, there's a couple of keys here. Remember London's Bridge and the Three Keys? Okay, we got keys. Now, what's the title? Bad Boys. Bad. Who's bad? We know who's bad. Bad. Michael Jackson bad. Album bad. Song bad. Okay. Bam. Michael Jackson connection. Will Smith all of a sudden is talking about his wife Jada and her connection with some guy prior to them getting together. Who does it end up being? Tupac. Okay, now we know Tupac is connected with Janet Jackson because they did the movie Poetic Justice together. And as I mentioned in my prior video, the Tupac connection was brought into the foreground on July 7th at the Staples Center Memorial for Michael, where Stevie Wonder did his farewell and he sang I Never Thought You'd Leave in Summer. And of course, that is Janet Jackson's cameo song from the movie Poetic Justice, which she did with Tupac. And Tupac is also known for having faked his death. Okay, there's another connection. There's another key, right? Now, we have the Elvis connection. Elvis's birthday, 85th birthday, was just on January 8th, right? And supposedly they had a big celebration at Graceland. Well, there was some controversy that Lisa Marie Presley did not bring her kids to that. And they were wondering why. So I'm thinking, kids, okay, I'm not sure what the deal was with the kids. All right, that could be anything, could be related, maybe not. Then we have the element of her releasing a book, tell-all book, and as I told you in the prior video, she said on the October 2012 show of Oprah that she would never speak of Michael again. And here we are in 2020. What is she doing? She's releasing a book, Tell All, and it's about her father and about Michael. So here we go. And then, of course, the Elvis connection. He is known to have faked his death. And if you look at the death details, as I told you prior, of Elvis Presley and Michael Jackson, died during the course of a night. Neither one of them could sleep. Both of them were taking a number of pills, were found on the floor, either dead or not breathing, rumored to be dead on arrival. Nobody saw either one at the hospitals. There was a controversy of whether or not they overdosed or if they suffered cardiac arrest, etc., etc. Down to the play-by-play, all the same. And as I told you and brought you up to speed, Carrollwood, 100 North Carrollwood Drive is right across the street from Elvis Presley's old estate. And, of course, Lisa Marie Presley made a point of mentioning that when she was discussing with Oprah the details of that. And Priscilla Presley allegedly had said to her daughter Lisa, don't you know that your dad's place was just right across the street from Michael's place in Carrollwood? Da, 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 da. And of course, Oprah's doing her part. Can you imagine that? You having to go through this twice, once with your father and once with your husband. And of course, Lisa Marie says, I don't know why I have to go through this twice. There must be some kind of karmic thing or whatever. But she mentioned that as she was married to Michael, he had asked her several questions and wanted details about her father's death. Now, I don't know if she was just doing her part in disclosing that, or if he literally wanted all the details of her dad's death so he could use that in his plans, because he already knew when he was married to her, or even prior, that that's what he had planned on doing. Okay? So, the plot thickens, but as you can see, everything is connected. Everything is connected, and the more things change, the more they stay the same. And whatever was in the beginning and going towards the end starts back to the beginning again. There's always some rollback in this. No matter where you go with route to who, you can have an old G as a player, a new G as a player. Eventually, all paths lead to Michael, and they all come back to the same thing. So keep your eyes and ears open, because things are about to get intense. And as he has said recently, you ain't seen nothing yet. So I have a feeling we really haven't seen nothing yet. I'll tell you what, this man in the mirror, The Walking Dead, man in the mirror, this is off the hook, but if you watch Stash's postings, he puts up some pretty bizarre pictures. But he doesn't really put videos up like this, so this right there is uncharacteristically different from the post he usually has. It's about as weird as his post he usually has, but he usually doesn't have videos. He just has regular cartoon drawings, meme type things, nude type things, usually females or exaggerated pictures and characters and such. So this is uncharacteristic from him. And so obvious a reference to MJ if you just go right to the man in the mirror, which is literally what we're looking at, right? Man wearing a mirror suit, and then look at his movements and things like that. Interesting. So yeah, I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to tell you now? Oh my god, my mind is racing. It's going 100 miles an hour. I'm literally planning my video as I lay it out. I get these ideas of how I'm going to lay out, but I don't decide until I'm actually literally making the video. I'll get ideas along the way, but I'll also get ideas before, because I like to put it together in an entertaining way. You know, the clues that I've got, the information I've got, and the revelations that I'm going to tell you. But yeah, I figured out Bamsday, guys. I figured it out. And this is 2020, and I see clearly now. And if you're friends of mine on Facebook, I suggest you look at my rhymes and my picture clues and follow very closely. Also follow my Twitter. Haven't been on there as much, but I'll be tweeting some things. And definitely be sure to like and subscribe on the YouTube channel, and invite your friends, invite your relatives, invite your siblings. Tell everybody you know. I'm going to lay out that announcement. So if you're ever curious and want to know how things are going to go down and unfold, I'm going to tell you what the date is, and then we'll figure out the rest along the way. But things are moving pretty quickly, so at any given moment things can change. I've got my eye on several things, several people, and Mr. Certain Somebody is singing songs, giving clues, so he's upped his game. He's leaning towards hints and clues now. Before he was just doing some of his old things, but now it's like, oh, keep the faith, and you know, the Get Lucky wasn't his, but it definitely had meaning. So look up the lyrics to Get Lucky, and I think you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I got some verifications, so he is who I know he is. And if you don't know, go back and watch my videos, because it's all there. As a matter of fact, I'd go back and have a marathon of watching my videos, because you will learn a lot, and they are not monetized. So other than getting the views, which, you know, at this point doesn't mean too much, I don't monetize mine, because the videos that I do make have video clips in them, so they can't pay me on that anyway. But I would rather show you what I found than worry about getting paid. This isn't about me getting paid. This is me, one, having fun, two, getting the truth out, and three, doing it in a creative way. And it's a creative outlet for me. It's actually very therapeutic for me to make a video. And everyone says my videos are very professional. I appreciate you guys, your comments, and your appreciation of the work that I do. It means a lot to me. So my payment is not monetary. My payment is more emotional, and I'm very grateful for the fans I have, and I'd like to have a lot more and spread the word about what's coming, because I'm gonna bring it. Alright guys, I love you, and keep the faith. Ciao. Adios. Arrivederci. Au revoir. I know a lot of languages. I'm out.